Hello again. I believe it's Sunday, and Sunday it's time for you, everyone, to relax and play or watch whatever thing you want. And for us, we have a whole bunch of things to do, since all of us are fans of a lot of things. Like me, I'm a fan of all this stuff, and today's video is basically my obsession of a fandom. Yep, all my fan obsessions wrapped into one video. Here we go. All of them. The very first one I fell in love with as a child was, Scooby-Doo. That's right, Scooby-Doo. You see, as a child, I was such for a fan. I was a Cartoon Network kid. Yes, a Cartoon Network kid. I watched a whole bunch of that shit. I would eat up Powerpuff Girls, Adventure Time, all that. I was a TV kid, and Cartoon Network was the one thing I loved the most. In fact, here's the order of what the three channels I placed it on. And here's the thing: Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, then Disney Channel. Yep, those are the three things that I placed in order: Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney Channel. Yep, number 3. And that's how it worked for me. I had fun with it. Especially Adventure Time. That's pretty cool too. Anyways, next thing I was a fan of, here's another thing. Horror movies. I loved horror movies. The goofy ones. The goofy horror movies that make me laugh and scare at the same time. Yeah, I love horror comedies. They're awesome. They're pretty cool. Plus, also low budget horror and stuff. It's awesome to see them. The first horror movie I ever watched was, The Gremlins. It was, believe me, it was beautiful. And then after that, I watched a bunch of zombie movies, and I fell in love with horror movies. They're pretty cool. And so, yeah, pretty much. I also think of action movies like Marvel and stuff, and I love one of the most is mostly DC. That being Batman. I loved Batman as a kid, and I still love him as an adult. He's cool. What if I like a lot of comment, I guess? Maybe, I don't know. You get the idea. Anyways, the next part of my fan base, let's see here. I'm a big fan of, I suppose we could get into a few of the games that I'm obsessed with. Just let you know, some of the other things that I'm a fan of, are a bit toxic, but just let you know, for a disclaimer, I am a chill guy. Yeah, I'm a chill guy. I don't make porn. I don't make the porn, however, or the other shit. I just make fan art, okay? I don't make any child porn or anything, or I'm not any toxic. I'm just a chill guy who likes fan stuff. Like FNAF. I'm a FNAF fan. What do you expect? Besides, back then, I used to have this one friend named Tyler, I think it was? Yeah, Tyler. I went to his house once, and believe me, the first thing I saw when I walked into his room, was FNAF merch. I saw FNAF Legos, a FNAF calendar. When I saw those animatronics, believe me, it scared the hell out of me. I was like, what the heck? So, seriously, seeing buying his face on a calendar, yeah. Yeah, Purdue. His room was filled with math merch. But I still had fun with his house. It was pretty cool. And so, once I saw that, I went down a rabbit hole of researching FNAF. No, seriously. I was obsessed with it. I watched every video and stuff, especially MatPat. And I was mostly obsessed with the music videos. Mostly the music videos back in my middle school years. In the morning, I was always listening to them. Yeah. I freaking love them, So now they have fan base of. Next part, next thing of the fan base, well, is Rick and Morty. Yes, Rick and Morty. I like those two. You know, it was the crazy scientist with his like his young son. Grandson going on crazy adventures. Yep, multiverse says. It was awesome. I watched it as a teenager, and it was pretty cool. I've seen it like each and every season. I'm still a fan of it today. To this day. Yep, Rick and Morty. And so now, the other things I'm a big fan of as well. Making it a little thing here. I became obsessed with the one and only VivziePop. Yes, VivziePop. Back in year 2017, I saw a pilot, and believe me, I was mesmerized and was wondering when the first episode of Hazbin Hotel is coming out. And then, when I went to college in let's just say Avtech, that being like the cooking school in Seward, Alaska, Avtech. When I got my Roku TV sub, I was able to finally watch the first season of Hazbin Hotel. And believe me, it was awesome. I freaking loved that show. Also, I started watching like Hello Boss, and I would say, well, I'm gonna be real with you. Hello Boss is better. Yeah, Hello Boss is better. Has better comedy and a good story, obviously. So, I like Hello Boss more. Hello Boss, number 1. Number 2, Hazbin Hotel. I'm a big fan of both of them, but Hazbin Hotel is my number 2 show. That's basically it, you know? That's how it's gonna work. And so, yeah, you get the idea. I'm also obsessed with a bunch of video games. I already mentioned FNAF, and so, the things I'm obsessed with as video games are, well, Little Nightmares. I don't really, I watch videos about Little Nightmares and stuff, and I know the entire story about Little Nightmares. About, like, small children worrying about from, like, these monsters and stuff. And always, like, going to, like, the story of, like, how the world is falling apart. I like that story of, like, Little Nightmares. It's pretty cool. Yep. And so, yeah. Also, like, Mario. I was a big Nintendo fan. I play a lot of Mario games and stuff. Mostly Mario. Yeah, Nintendo. Pretty cool, huh? I play like Mario Kart 8, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Odyssey. Although I won the most. It was awesome. And so, yeah. I also like to play Mario Galaxy a lot. Sorry. That was a bunch of records radio from today, I guess. You get the idea. And so, the other thing I'm a big fan of as well, I'd just say I just came into it was like the most recently, I guess you would say. That being I admit it, the Amazing Digital Circus. No, seriously, I like it. I'm a fan of it. It's pretty cool, That's what I do. Seriously, I love all the characters, especially Jax. He's a chill guy, and I like him. And a jokester. I love him a lot. Khaleesi, quiet down! Sorry, my dog. Barking a lot, Anyways. And so, yeah. That's the last thing that I'm a big fan of, anyways, too. Yep. And I also play a lot of Minecraft, too, obviously. Big fan of Minecraft. I always love building, especially creative mode, and I always try to survive in survival mode. But every day, every once in a while, I'm getting better at surviving it, in survival mode. Every day, I'm also getting better at Fortnite, every time I practice, I usually get a victory royale. And I'm getting better at the game as I go on in Fortnite. Yep. And so, yeah. And I believe that's all my, obsessions. All my fan base obsessions. So work on channel. You get the idea. Anyways, that's enough for now, so goodbye, bye.